Hey everyone, it's Julian from LaRock BI. In our last video, which was actually our first video, we gave a brief introduction into what we hope to achieve in this series of videos, and we also just stepped you through how to install or download and install Power BI. So if you haven't already done that, make sure you check that video out in the link below. Today, what I'd like to do is just walk you through what is really the first step to any project in Power BI. And so to do that, we have supplied you with the links to two files. The link is down below in the description of this video. And these two files are going to be our data files, our data sets that we'll be using throughout this series of videos. So once you've downloaded those files and have stored them somewhere on your computer, head over to Get Data. You'll see a list of common data sources. Go down to More. And what we'll find is a full list of the data sources that you can connect to. So SharePoint, Access databases, data stored in Azure, Power BI data sets or flows, Salesforce, Google Analytics, and the list goes on. As you get more confident in Power BI, make sure that you check those out, play around with them. It is quite amazing what you can connect to. But for now, let's connect to a good old-fashioned Excel file. So we're going to click Connect. And for me, I've stored this in this location, but insert the location where you have saved your files. Once you have that open, click Open. And you'll see within the Excel file, there's two different objects, if you will, that you can connect to. There's the table and the sheet. I typically connect to the table because I want to be as precise as possible, in the sense that if we had multiple tables on that sheet, I want to tell Power BI exactly what table I want to connect to. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to click Load and watch what Power BI is doing now. There'll be a little pop-up. Happened really quick, and basically it said that Power BI is connecting to that data source, and then it's loading the data into the model. And you can see that now. We have table 1, which is, if we go through here to our data tab, we can see that it is indeed that Excel file that we connected to. Okay, we have one more data set that we want to connect to, so we're going to go over to Get Data. This time it's a text CSV file. Click on Sales Data. Again, this will be the location where you have saved your files. I'm going to click Open. And there we have it. Now, this is not uncommon in terms of the layout of a CSV file, something that you might typically get from one of your internal systems. Maybe it's a database and it's got a couple of rows at the top here, just to let you know what you're looking at. This is great for us as humans because I can see that the data was requested by me. And it is as at October 2020. This is helpful for me, but it's not necessarily computer friendly. So keep an eye on what's going to happen now. I'm going to click Load. And so you can see here that we have the two files that we connected to, Table 1, which is the first one, and Sales Data, which we just connected to. You'll notice that the sales data table looks a little bit different to what we had in the original pop-up menu. And that's because the extra 3 rows that we had on the top are actually at the bottom now. And what we have as column headers aren't really that helpful to us. So in our next video, what we'll look at is how do we manipulate this data set in order to make it more useful within Power BI. In the meanwhile, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below.